The headline that sparked this interview, "Women Are Too Controlling," she wrote correcting, grows out of the provocative line that audiences of Laura Doyle's best-selling book, The Surrendered Wife, click on for an unexpected recipe for marital salvation. I first read the title in a New York Times column and was pulled into Southern California for a sit-down with the woman behind it. Laura Doyle, she's 59, a former shrew-turned-self-proclaimed feminist, a business owner with a 25-year track record, and now a network-wide relationship coach, asked me a simple question: are you bossy? Are you controlling? She wanted to see how her message resonated with real-world reflection. Laura's editorial and life story have a striking arc. As a young wife, she believed she knew best. She nagged her husband, John, to quit smoking, to eat healthier, to pay attention to the car schedule, and even to press his shoes left and right-handed in her living room. She insisted he wear the shoe style she thought best. These attempts to steer John never worked. He simply turned the TV on and stepped away, reinforcing the idea that she was a former shrew pushing too hard. The book's central thesis is that a marriage in trouble can actually be saved by the woman making fundamental changes within herself, not by forcing her partner to change. Doyle convened the outward measure of her story. She embraced gratitude toward her husband, apologized for the times she had emasculated him, and metaphorically duct-taped the mouth that would have criticized him excessively. She learned to be open to sex whenever John was ready, and she let go of control over finances even when that meant staying in the dark because he had forgotten to pay the electricity bill. Her husband, John, has been in their marriage for 36 years, and yet Doyle's transformation happened in an earnest attempt to revitalize the intimacy that had once been there. This is more than a cookbook, it is a narrative of identity that the writer revisits season after season. A woman who once claimed she was the company's boss now asks whether she is still bossy or purely controlling. At the conversation's core, she shows that her feminist journey talks about empowerment in a new context. She doesn't need to dominate a heath as a way of asserting power. Instead, she shows that a healthy marriage of equal partners arises when one becomes more open and less commanding, when there is more listening than insisting. Doyle, who began her outreach in 1999, directs her message through blogs, podcasts, and workshops, hoping to influence her followers worldwide. The innovative part, and the part that surprises people, is the idea that losing control leads to a resurgence of affection. By relinquishing the urge to micromanage, she pulled the band of intimacy back into their bedroom within 9 years of marriage. She even changed her identity in a way that many find impressive, assuming John's last name in public contexts, which reflects both challenges and a symbolic surrender. The New York Times article does not tackle every criticism about Doyle's advice or the behavioral economics of marital control, but it does capture a significant debate about the intersection of gender identity, partnership dynamics, and practical empowerment. It invites the reader to rethink the proverb "a firm hand leads to success" with the notion that sometimes a softer, adjusted hand leads to a lasting bond. In the closing of our interview, I, Viva, could only reflect that the message was not limited to patriarchy or the notion of feminism alone. It is a call to anyone in a marriage who wants to feel heard, to let go and to love more genuinely, noticing that respect counts. Thank you for listening. I am Vivian Yee. Stay tuned for more daring conversations that question our modern understandings of love and control.